road trip. Well, we made it. The car is on its way to Amelia Island, Florida. Matt got the car ready in good time. We have a good looking, because that was Westchester Classic Cars, and a good functioning, that was Collector Car Services, Matt, Porsche 928. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the car. Welcome back to the story. And let's carry on the story. You join me on the I-95 on the eastern seaboard of the United States, and we are doing a road trip. We're on our way to Lawton, Virginia. Now, Lawton, Virginia, you chaps, you might remember from an earlier video I did when I was in my 911, which is where you meet the train and you put your car on the train and the train takes us to Orlando. So we're getting out of this snowscape here. We had 6 inches of snow last night, down to the heat and the warmth of Florida. But if you haven't followed this story, let me catch you up. This is my 1985 928 S2. S2 because it is a European car. So that means it is the twin dizzy or twin distributor 928, which has a little bit more power than the US versions, but I bought it off Craigslist, sight unseen. I had trusted the guy, he was a priest, seemed trustworthy to me, and I've been fixing it up ever since. I say I've been fixing it up. It was delivered damaged, the transporter damaged it, we had that fixed. My lovely friend Dwayne at Westchester Classic Cars in Danbury, Connecticut fixed that up, so the front end of this car is superb. I've got a Craigslist shot myself of the front of that car. If I ever sell it, you're only ever going to see the front of the car in clarity HD. The rest of the car will be blurry. So just saying, that's the strategy. Then we've taken it to Collector Car Services in Danbury, Connecticut again. My friend Matt, who has fixed it up, and we've done a lot to this car. So we went deep, chaps. We went really deep. This is the deepest of deep services. We went so deep that we carried on digging until we came out somewhere between Singapore and Bali. That's how deep we're going. That's what I'm saying here, okay? So this car has had brand new tires. It has had fluid changes twice now. I did one myself and Matt has done another one as well. It has had a new steering rack. Previously, when I put on the brakes, I was all over the shop. Now it feels lovely and tight, and it goes in the direction that I would like it to go in. Can't complain at that. It has had a new radiator and pretty much a rebuilt coolant system with all new rubber hoses and all of that stuff. The problem with this car, because it has just sat deferred maintenance, when we've been through it, a lot of the hoses have had to just be completely scrapped. So that's the steering, that is the power steering hoses, fuel, and brakes. All of that has been, and coolant, all of that has been gone through, and I've got nice new stuff. What else? We got new brakes with steel braided hoses. Oh, lovely. I now have a safe Porsche 928, and Matt has gone through it. We had problems, honestly. He found a few surprises, as you maybe saw in the last video when we got Matt to take us through. The deferred maintenance is going to take a little while to get out of its system. You know, the oil pan was in a horrible state, and probably that is true of, you know, the oil system in general. You know, I would imagine that that problem continues up where I can't see, and we're going to take a few flushes of the oil to really make that better. But you can watch that video with Matt. That's the last one we did. The aim of this video is to just tell you how it drives like on our way down to Amelia Island. and to really catch you up on what a Porsche 928 now should be. I've never really driven this car because it, as I said, it arrived damaged, so I sent it off to be repaired. That took 6 weeks over Christmas. The very next day, I had it back for 1 day. The very next day it went into Matt's to be fixed mechanically, and it came back yesterday. That was yesterday. When you saw the end of the last video, that was actually yesterday for me. So here I am. We are driving down on the I-95, and somebody is passing me in a GT3. Good man! He just gave me a wave. Brand new GT3. He just gave me a wave. Let's give him a bit of fun. V8 power. Yeah! Right, now we better slow down because I can't really outrun a GT3, but I can have some fun doing it. Here he comes again. Oh my God, that sounds great. So the first thing I want to tell you about this car, honestly, is that it's a V8, 4.7 litre V8. And the V8, if that's your thing, I absolutely love V8s. But hold on, chap. Don't get too excited there. Just slow yourself down there. I love flat sixes as well. That was a GT3, a 992 GT3. It sounded fabulous. So don't get me wrong, I like both of them. But the first thing I want to tell you about this car is that you can hear the V8 on this car all the time. This has a bit of a homemade exhaust on it. The the resonator in the middle here, about where my hand is, has sort of been welded in, and it hasn't got any cats. So the sound is absolutely fabulous. When you put your foot down, you hear it. And it sounds glorious. So if you like V8s, a 928 is your type of car. Now the next thing to get off my chest is that yes, I have the automatic gearbox, not a manual. Now, you kind of, when you're shopping at the price point that I was shopping at, you have to sort of take the best car that you can find. And I keep promising you a costs video of what we've done. That's coming. I want to get this trip out the way, tell you all about that, then we'll get to another video about costs. But when you're shopping about that price point, I probably would have preferred a manual gearbox. But having said that, nobody else in my family drives manual gearboxes. My two sons, who are 22 and 19, don't drive manual gearboxes, and my wife hates manual gearboxes. So I want them to have fun as well. I want them to use this. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm doomed to have an automatic gearbox the whole time, but you know what, 928 kind of suits it actually, and for this type of journey, perfect. And I bet you in his GT3 he was in an automatic gearbox. I'm pretty certain of it. So let's not get too carried away about manual versus automatic. This one is not bad. It's actually a Mercedes gearbox, so can't complain too much about that. Next, the seats. Really comfy. I've got these blue leather seats. Everything in this car is blue. Everything in this car is blue. In fact, you know, it is just everything is blue. Comfortable. This car is about the same size as a 911, and as a result, you've got all the space that you need. Frankly, I've got the seats down on the back of this car. You can see my Porsche Atlanta Experience Center rucksack here, on point, on message, always. And there's tons of space in the back. The rear seats are pointless, so may as well just go along with these seats down the whole time. But I've got all the space I need to recline. My seat goes back far enough, so comfort, you got no problem with this. Well, there's the first 150 miles knocked out, you guys. Fuel economy? Nope. Nothing economical about this car. That's not why you buy it. But I wonder if you can name a car that was built in 1985 which is better at doing this job. Going down the freeway, blasting down the freeway. I've just knocked out 150 miles. No bother at all. 150 miles left to go. Name another car built in 1985 that would do the job any better. Road tripping across the United States is one of the joys of my life. I absolutely love it. If you've got the right car and you have the right road, you can make progress very quickly here in the US. This could be a pretty uneventful road trip because this car has just behaved flawlessly. I'm now just crossed the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and I'm probably 225 miles into a 300-mile journey. Completely uneventful. This car has been rock solid, and we've not been hanging around. In fact, fire engines were slowing us down earlier on, and then you know you're going probably a bit too fast when the emergency services are slowing you down. But this has been a great car for covering distance quickly in comfort. So I'm really thrilled that we've got a good driver's car, because the definition of a driver's car is a car you can get in and just go for 200 miles, no worries, in comfort, in speed, and this is, I think, reliable. So really pleased about that. And I have to say, owning a Porsche 928, much more so than when I had the 911, and much more so than when I had the Boxster, this is the car that I get most thumbs up with. I get it all the time. I get people craning their heads, looking at it, and it makes you feel really good that you're driving a cool car. And this is a cool car. So next stop will be Lawton, Virginia, where I pick up the Amtrak, and I'll show you that. Welcome to the Amtrak Auto Train, which is just a lovely way to travel. If I actually drove down from Connecticut down to Florida, it would take me a long time, probably a couple of full days of driving. It's over 1,000 miles, I think. But this, I drive 5.5 hours to Lawton, Virginia, which is just outside Washington, DC. I can put my car on the train, and it goes all the way from Virginia to Orlando overnight. Leaves at 5 in the evening, arrives at 8:30 in the morning. I have Wi-Fi on board. There's a restaurant on board, although I've opted to have my 3-course dinner in my room here. And it's quite plush and quite comfortable. And a nice, comfortable bed. Good night. Thanks for watching. Next time on your favourite Porsche YouTube channel, we explore the cars of Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance.